All right, so it just got announced moments ago, which is the reason I decided to go live because it's like, oh, let's just talk about it. Supergirl has been cast now. All right, let's go into the news, and it's gonna be Millie Alcock that'll be playing Supergirl. She was one of the front runners. Let me see if I can pull up the other front runners so you guys could see if she was a good choice. Because we had some good ones in there. Front runner. Okay, whatever. I can't spell. I think there's a photo of the actresses. So these were like the three main actresses that could have been it. I kind of really wanted Megan Donnelly, I think was the name. But then when I really thought about it, Millie Alcock is the better choice. And I'll explain why in a second. But it says here that House of Dragons star Millie Alcock got the role, that she will be possibly, well, it's basically confirmed, I think. She's showing up in Superman Legacy. That's why they casted her already, because they're about to film Superman Legacy in like a few months. And she's going to have a role in the movie. Don't know how big, how small. But man, this Superman movie is filled with so many superhero actors. But she's going to have a role in there. And then it said Supergirl is the next movie that DC is filming in their DCU. I know the Batman Part 2 is supposed to film this year, but we know that's outside of the DC universe. And so I brought it here just so you know I'm an educated person. Whenever they announced the Supergirl movie, I had no interest. I did not care about a Supergirl movie. I was like, that's just why? Like, why does Supergirl need a movie? Like, I don't see anything that interesting for her, right? But then James Gunn said it'll be based off the book Woman of Tomorrow, and I was like, well, if that's what it's going to be based on, let me buy it, let me read it. They cooked. I understand now why they made it this movie. So, essentially, just to give you the basic idea, I won't ruin it for you if you want to go buy the book yourself. But like the setup is, she essentially goes to like, oh, here, let me pull up a video. I think they'll have a video. Let's see. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Okay. That way we can see the comic pages. But essentially with this book, it starts off on like a distant planet, and it's a planet with a red sun. And if you don't know, for Kryptonians, red sun turns them human. Red sun strips away all the powers that they have here on Earth, because we know Superman and Supergirl, Kryptonians, our yellow sun gives them their power and is why they're so invincible and all that stuff. So it's Supergirl's birthday. She's feeling depressed, tired, and so she goes to this planet with a red sun so that she can get drunk. Because on Earth, she's not capable of getting drunk because of her powers. She'll just drink, and never get drunk. So she travels to this planet to want to get drunk, is just having a good old time, and she ends up getting in like this bar fight with this guy. And it's funny to see. And as the course of the book goes on, this girl comes up to her and it's like, hey, somebody killed my dad. I need a warrior to get revenge. Can you do it? Because I just saw you at that bar fight and you were kicking butt, even though you weren't at full power. And she's like, no, girl, I have a job. I work for the Justice League. I got to get back to Earth. I just came here to party and get drunk. And she's like, please save my people. My daddy died. I need your help. And she's like, oh my God, leave me alone. Like, honestly, I never expected Supergirl to be this way. Kind of like annoyed, bothered, wanting to get drunk and all that stuff. It already opened my eyes to like, okay, this is not the Supergirl I had in mind. I'm digging where this is going. And then next thing you know, the people she got in a bar fight with, they come back and they hit her. They throw her, and because she's in a planet with a red sun, she's vulnerable. So she starts bleeding, get hit with arrows. It's like pretty epic. You see her bleeding and stuff like this. That already blew my mind with this Supergirl story, because I was like, oh, okay, this is different. You know, you think to yourself, sorry, camera's about to die. Turn on the fan for that. You think to yourself like in a world that James Gunn is building, where there's superheroes everywhere, Superman, Batman, the Justice League, all these people, the what was it called? I forget their name, but that other group that he's introducing, that he's making a movie on. I'm like, what's going to happen on Earth that Supergirl needs to take care of it, that a whole bunch of other heroes can't show up? This is a story that takes her out of Earth, does this, she's vulnerable, and bro, like, she goes to war, and I felt bad because even Crypto gets hurt. Crypto gets hit, and I'm like, no, Crypto! Get up, Crypto, please, don't die! and Crypto's her, and they take her ship, and she's basically stranded on a planet where she doesn't have powers. She's trying to figure out how to go, and she wants to help this girl get revenge on the people that killed her father. So it's honestly kind of like a space adventure movie with Supergirl, and I feel like that's pretty cool. I feel like it could work really well. Um, it's up to you if you want to go ahead and read it. I recommend it. I was really surprised with it. But now knowing that's kind of the setup for Supergirl, this casting of Millie Alcock works so well for me because it's going to be so weird to say. I hope I don't sound creepy just saying this. But when I look at Millie, I feel like she can pull off the sweet, innocent girl look that you want from a Supergirl, where she's like, oh, look, it's Supergirl. She represents truth, justice, it looks really sweet. But then you look at other photos and you're like, oh, yeah, she looks like she could get angry. Like, I just showed you, this Supergirl gets hit with arrows, is bleeding, is pissed off. There's this one scene where she freaking grabs a knife and she starts... You need an actress that can pull off those both sides, right? The sweet, innocent, I'm just Supergirl, you can trust me kind of vibe. And then the angry, I'm pissed off, I'm going to kick your ass kind of vibe. And I feel like Millie has that facial expression down. I could definitely see her pull that off. So I'm happy with this choice. I think it's going to go well. I'm sure there's still going to be people pissed off and angry, and they'll complain either way. But the only sad part is, Sasha Kaye. She was going to be Supergirl in the DCEU before James Gunn came in. They had a whole plan. Remember, they announced a Supergirl movie that was basically going to be hers. But then James Gunn came in, rebooted everything, and now that's no longer her Supergirl movie. In fact, I bet you they were probably going to make Woman of Tomorrow with Sasha Kaye before James Gunn got involved. He was probably like, oh, that's a good idea to make that movie, but we're going to do it my way. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I met her. She signed my Funko Pop. She was so nice. But I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. And I've already seen a lot of people say that they're more interested in what DC's doing right now than Marvel. And I feel like that's just because they're in their phase 1. I think when it comes to comic book movies, phase 1 is right now always the most exciting phase. Because it's the most simple, right? We're starting from square one. You don't have to do a lot of homework. We're getting a Superman movie, a Batman movie. We got the Lantern show. We're like, it's clean plate. Everybody can deal with a clean plate. Over at Marvel now, we've gotten full servings, buffets, left and right. Choose what you want. It's gotten a little complicated. So I get why people are kind of more pumped for DC right now. But I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the turnaround. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, Sasha Kaye is also great, but I'm sticking to Mr. Gunn for the DCU. I'm hoping he cooks, man. There's so much pressure on Superman Legacy, man. I would not want to deal with the pressure he has for this universe. And especially because I think even if he makes a good Superman movie, there's going to be people that complain either way. But two, since superhero movies are like flopping at the box office right now, it might just flop because no one cares anymore. It's like, okay, you made a good Superman movie. We don't care anymore. We're watching these video game movies get turned live action. You see that Minecraft stuff? Oh, where's the Fortnite movie? I think that's the next big, craze. We just went through the superhero craze phase, where that's the most exciting thing. Five Nights at Freddy's, the Super Mario movie, the Sonic movie. These are all movies that are making so much money right now. I think that's the next, and we're going to have the Zelda movie coming up. I think that's the next phase in popularity in terms of box office, is these live action or just video game movies turned live action or made into movies, where superhero stuff is just going to be kind of like, people watch it sometimes. So that's my thought. Bryce Dallas Howard as director for Supergirl? That'd be great. She's a good director. I would like that. That'd be pretty good. A lot of things I like about Bryce Dallas Howard. A lot of things. Okay. What else we got going on here, guys?